anyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much.
For only the Southerners. He was not fighting for only. He was fighting for everybody, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion. Fighting for people to have a sane society where people will be treated equal. That was the mission of Mazen Nandekan. But what did they do? What did they do? They connived together and they kidnapped Mazen Nandekan and they kept him into solitary confinement, making sure that Mazen Nandekan did not achieve his aim, making sure that Mazen Nandekan did not establish the freedom that people desire. Another step taken by a Biafran to rescue every indigenous tribe, and yet today he's in solitary confinement and they are torturing him and punishing him on a daily basis, and nobody said anything. You see why we must not participate in anything that has to do with, name it, rescue of Nigeria. No Biafra, no sane Biafra that follows history must participate in anything that has to do with Nigeria. That name is devilish. That name is evil. That name, when you hear it, you have to be scared of your life, because what they are trying to do is to use your blood to cement their evil deed. They have done it first, second, third, fourth, and they will not stop. As long as you continue to have a nation existing called Nigeria, they will not stop at it. They will stop at any. They will never stop until they sacrifice your blood to establish their so-called nation. But how long can we allow that? Never again. Never again. Mazen Nandekan have come to the picture. He tried his best and put things where it will be. And Mazen Nandekan established a foundation for us on how to get out of this Zoological Republic and establish a sane nation. Not only the Biafran, even the Oduduwa people. Oduduwa people will be free on their own. The Middle Belters will be free on their own. The Biafran people will be free. Every other indigenous tribe will be free. The Hausas will be free and have a nation of their own. That is where we are today. Even though they have succeeded in kidnapping Mazen Nandekan through the help of some criminals who claim to be Biafrans. They kidnapped Mazen Nandekan. But thank God, thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that he was able to anoint somebody before he was kidnapped. Mazen Nandekan anointed somebody before he was kidnapped. He anointed somebody and told us to go and listen to Mazen Simon Ekpa. He told us, listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to the struggle. I will never forget that word. And I don't want you to forget that word. Each time they ask you, where did Mazen Nandekan anoint Mazen Simon Ekpa? Tell them that Mazen Nandekan, first of all, told us that only Wachineke can do what Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing. And Mazen Nandekan gave us a direct instruction. Go and listen to Mazen Simon Ekpa. Listen to his broadcast and share his video. And he told us directly that he's bringing a new dimension to the struggle. That was an anointing. There is no other anointing that is more than that. And if they are not satisfied, tell them that when Mazen Nandekan was kidnapped, the only name he was able to remember was Mazen Simon Ekpa. The only name he remembered, the first message that came from him was, tell Mazen Simon Ekpa, give him a slot to go to Radio Biafra and talk to Biafran people. There is no other anointing that is greater than that. There's no other anointing that is greater. That is why today I am standing with Mazen Simon Ekpa 1000%, and I will always do, as long as he is still building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekan, which I believe he is, and we never go out from it. I will stand with him. I will defend him. I will speak for him. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. I don't care. You can go and grab the transformer. The only legitimate movement that is working today is the legitimate IPOB. Legitimate IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiama, under the spokesperson of Mazen Simon Ekpa, speaking for Biafra and IPOB, and under the leadership of Mazen Nandekan. That is where we are, and that is why he has said that we will never participate in anything called election, because never again. We don't want them to build their one Nigeria on the blood of the Biafrans anymore. That is what they are planning. They are watering the ground for another invasion of Biafra land. They are watering the ground for another massacre of Biafra. So each time you are campaigning for P2B and speaking of P2B, you are actually watering the ground for the murder of your own people. You are also actually watering ground for another genocide of your own people. They have done it the first time, done it the second time, the third time, fourth time. So many times they have done it. Each time there is a movement by a Biafran, mainly the Igbo Biafran, to rescue their one Nigeria, it results to death. It results to destruction. It will backfire. They will turn it against us to destroy us for a good purpose. And we say never again. Today, the only mission every Biafran have to do is to rescue ourselves. Not to rescue one Nigeria. There is nothing called one Nigeria. There is nothing called one Nigeria. For some of you who were not able to watch the program of Brother Sam Anepa, go and watch the program by Sam Anepa did yesterday. After watching that program, you will never remain the same. After watching that program, you will never ever remain the same. Nigeria is not one and can never ever be one. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter how you pretend. You see this pretense you are seeing today. You see this pretense you are seeing all of a sudden you see P2B getting support. Let me tell you, every support they are giving P2B is because of the hatred they have on Biafra. Every support Peter Obi is getting today is as a result of the hatred that people have on Biafra. It is Biafra that is giving that P2B the ground to be whom he is today. The support P2B is getting is not genuine. It is not a genuine support. Every single supporter of P2B, go and check them and check their record. They are the people who are against the Biafran people. They are the people who do not want us to be free. They are the people who has never ever supported the freedom of the indigenous people. They are the people today who are supporting P2B. The only reason they have to support P2B is to make sure that the Biafra does not come. That is why you see P2B becoming, all of a sudden, becoming a celebrity. Biafra, it is the Biafra struggle that made P2B a celebrity. Take it or leave it. Biafra struggle is what is giving P2B the relevance he has today. 90%, if not 100% of the people who are supporting P2B today, they are supporting P2B because of Biafra. They are supporting P2B because of the hatred they have for Biafra. They don't want Biafra to come. And some of them who have said over their dead body will Biafra come. They instead let them begin to support P2B to deceive themselves and confuse themselves, even when we know that they are heading nowhere. But for those of us who are legitimate Biafra, hardcore Biafrans, we know where they're going. Before they get there, we are already there. Before they get there, we know very well, every genuine person in this Zoological Republic, every genuine person in that know very well that in Nigeria can never, ever be one. There is nothing you will make that will make a Fulani man to live peacefully with somebody from Biafra land, mainly the Igbo Biafran. There's nothing. Nothing. Nothing will make a Fulani man live at peace with you. How? Where is he going to start? You don't have the same system. Your value system is not the same. You do not have the same value system. If it were to be for the South can manage themselves. If we are talking about Southerners, maybe we say southern part of Nigeria, our Dudua brothers, we have common things in common. Our brothers in the Edo state, we have things in common with them. Every other person in the southern part of Nigeria, we have something in common. We have almost the same value system. We think alike. We value human life more than animals, but not with a full animal. A full animal value animal more than human life. A full animal don't care about humanity. What they care about is their cow. And it is the truth. I am not trying to demonize them. This is the truth. I have seen in a video where somebody, a senator in the Senate, stood up and began to defend the Fulanis, that they love their cow so much, that the Fulanis love their cow so much that they can kill a human being because of their cow. How can you live at peace with such kind of people? How can you live in the same country with people who value animals more than a human being? How? How does it sound? It doesn't work. That is why each time you see somebody preaching one Nigeria, that person is a deceit. He's deceiving you. Because you and I, the legitimate, the genuine people from their heart who are seeking for freedom, know that there will never, ever be anything called one Nigeria. There has never been and will never be. There has never been and will never be. Take it or leave it. There has never been anything called one Nigeria, and there will never be anything called one Nigeria. Let them continue to deceive themselves. We all know that it's a deceit from the pit of hell. But are you going to allow them to continue to deceive you? Will you allow them to continue to build their one Nigeria on your blood? It is left for you. It is in your hand. It's left for you to decide if you want the blood of the innocent. If you want your own blood, and I'm not talking to only Biafran alone, every indigenous tribe in the Zoological Republic, let me tell you, there is nothing called one Nigeria. You are on your own. You are on your own. You're on your own. The only legitimate thing you can do for yourself today is to stay away from anything called election and demand for a total freedom, a breakaway from the zoological republic. The only legitimate fight anybody can put up today is to make sure you end that name called One Nigeria, end that One Nigeria, so that every indigenous tribe will be on their own and grow at their own speed. That is the only legitimate thing to do. That is the only thing a sane person will do, to make sure that that very zoological republic is broken into pieces. People go their separate ways. When you are talking about this, I'm not saying that of hatred. It is not of hatred. We are saying this to save life. To save life. It is a matter of life and death. Because we know the people we are dealing with do not value human life. Today, in the zoological republic, human life doesn't matter. When they kill people, they will say just 30 people were killed. They are talking about human life. They will say just 30, just 20, just 100, just 15, just 5. This is how they count the death of people in the zoological republic. But in a certain country, when you lose one life values, when you lose one life, it will be announced that the country will mourn for a life that has been lost. And account will be given how that person lost his life. It doesn't matter if you are a foreigner. It doesn't matter if you are a citizen. It doesn't matter if you are young or old. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter any life that's been lost in Western world. There must be an accountability how that life was lost. That is how you behave in the same country. But in the zoological republic, what do you see? There is no account for people's life. When a life is lost, they just tell you, oh, the terrorists have kidnapped again. Oh, terrorists have killed again. Oh, terrorists have done this again. Today, terrorism have become the order of the day. And all of a sudden, you see them bringing their fake lies and fake deceit and propaganda. And somebody who is volunteering himself for the rescue mission is a Biafran, knowing fully well that after you make this move, it will result to your own death. Knowing fully well that anytime you hear One Nigeria, it is based on the blood of the Biafrans. We can never forget, but never again. We can never forget. We cannot forget our children who were starved to death. Innocent children who committed no crime. Innocent children who committed no crime. Innocent children who were on their own. They were starved to death. Innocent Biafrans. And upon that, their so-called One Nigeria was established. And today, you see them celebrating every one of them that participated in that genocide. Every single one of them that participated in the genocide against the Biafran, they have been celebrated. Look at the late Muhammad Buhari. Late Muhammad Buhari, whom they are still using his name today to decimate and kill Biafrans. He was one of the people that committed that genocide. Look at Obasanjo. Obasanjo, who is running from Peter to Paul. Obasanjo became relevant today because of what he performed in the Civil War. Because of the life of Biafran he destroyed. Look at Danjuma. Danjuma was made relevant because of the role he played against the Biafrans. The same thing happened to every other person. There are so many of them. Which one are you going to name? So many of them. So many people. When you hear them talking about their founding father, go and check their record. So many of the founding fathers they are talking about, they are the people that participated in one way or the other in decimating and destruction of innocent lives. And they are celebrating them. You see why you must end this so-called One Nigeria. If you don't end it, it will end you. If you do not end the One Nigeria, it is going to end you. It's going to end you. That is why we say we cannot support anything that causes election. And if you think, when you are seeing all this crowd supporting P2B, they are not there for real. They are not there for real. The support that P2B is getting today is because of Biafra. The haters of Biafrans, the haters of freedom. Because these people hate freedom so much, they think that they can be able to stop the Biafrans. But I thank you today. Today, the spokesperson of Biafra will have is something that someone is paying attention. He's paying attention and revealing things. That is why I urge you, if you are not following Master Simon Ekpa on his broadcast, please try as much. More especially the broadcast he made yesterday. If you're not watching, go and watch that broadcast. Go and watch the broadcast he made yesterday. I am still going to break it down and post it on my channel. I'm going to break the broadcast down because the broadcast is long. Some people don't have enough data to watch. Some people don't have enough data to follow up. So I'm going to break it down and post it so you can be able to watch the revelation we have made. Then you will see the kind of hatred that is existing in that zoological republic. The division is so intense that there is nothing you can do on the planet Earth to change it. The country is not one and can never be one. When you hear them talking about one Nigeria, talking about the diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. A destructive one that can only cause death. Can only cause death and pain. That is what the diversity is causing. That's what the diversity is causing. Why we are where we are today is because of the hatred upon a particular section of the country, upon the Igbo Biafran, because of hatred. Each time they talk about the death of Ahmadu Bello, they talk about the death of Tafawa Balewa. That Tafawa Balewa was killed or murdered in a revolution that was carried out by military officers from all ethnic groups. But because the commander of the officers, the commander of the groups, we are from the southeastern part of Nigeria, they term it Igbo coup. A revolution to secure the country. And after that very revolution was countered, it was still countered by an Igbo Biafran. And Igbo Biafran was the one that countered that very revolution and make sure they restored peace. They went ahead to organize a counter coup to kill that same person who make sure he re-established their so-called one Nigeria. They killed him. It wasn't enough for him. They killed so many officers. But up to today, they are not talking about those officers. The Igbo Biafrans have moved on. They are not even making a case. But up to today, the reason why they are still fighting, when you still talk to a Fulani man, when you still discuss with a Fulani man, he will still be referring you back to the death of Tafawa Balewa. So the life of Tafawa Balewa is much precious than the life of millions, thousands of soldiers that were murdered in their counter coup. The life of Tafawa Balewa is greater than the life of more than 5 million Biafra that we are lost. And up to today, they are still taking the life of people because of one man. Because of their so-called one man. That is to show you that they don't value you. They don't value you, and we are not supposed to be with them. We are not supposed to be with them. Every indigenous tribe is supposed to be on their own, and the time is now. It is time for you to move away. That is why we are saying that we cannot participate in anything called election. If you're one of those who is gearing up and thinking that in one way or the other that you're going to participate, go ahead. Prepare yourself for the slaughter. Prepare yourself for the slaughter, just like Peter Obi is doing. Peter Obi is preparing himself. Dr. Nandaziki did the same thing Peter Obi is doing. He did the same thing. What transpired? What did he gain? Nothing. He didn't gain anything, no relevance. He became irrelevant. He wasn't in charge. He's just a ceremonial. He was able to get a ceremonial post. A ceremonial post that was not even celebrated. Nzog did the same thing. Nzog went ahead also to do the same thing Peter Obi is doing today. This same thing Peter Obi is doing was what Nzog did. What Nzog did. Why Chukuma was not Nzog, not Aguironsi, not Nzog, Aguironsi. Aguironsi did the same thing that Peter Obi is doing was what Aguironsi did. After Nzog and other military officers, we are trying to conduct a revolution to sanitize the country and bring a sane country. Aguironsi went and countered them. After Aguironsi countered them, what happened? How did Aguironsi end up? Go and tell Peter Obi, let him go and check. How did Aguironsi end up? How did he end up? Ask Peter Obi, how did Aguironsi end up for trying to establish their so-called sane Nigeria? Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku, went ahead also to make sure he established a sane Nigeria through their so-called Aburi discussion. They reached agreement. But did they follow it? They didn't follow it. Instead, they brought war upon our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku. But Odumegojuku was a military man. He was able to stand 3 good years fighting. 3 good years fighting to protect his own people. Is Peter Obi ready to put up a fight? Ask Peter Obi and his followers, are they ready to put up a fight? They are not ready, of course. Of course, they are not ready. They cannot match what is coming. Every support you are seeing Peter Obi gathering today, the wave you are seeing Peter Obi making is because of Biafra. It's because of Biafra. Those of them who are scared of Biafra, those of them who don't want the Biafran people to be free, those of them who still want to continue to sacrifice our blood, they are the people today supporting Peter Obi on different front. On different angle. You see them pushing support with Peter Obi. You'll be wondering, how comes Peter Obi is gathering this kind of a crowd? Have you asked yourself, how comes? How comes? Have you asked yourself, how did Peter Obi manage that with all the hatred that the contraption called Nigeria has on the Igbo Biafrans? With all the hatred that they have from all corners? and you think it's genuine. It is not genuine. Every single one of them today that is supporting PWB, they are supporting PWB towards the freedom of the Biafran people. That is the only truth. This is the only truth in what they are doing. They are just doing it to make sure that they stop the coming of Biafra, the genuine freedom of the Biafran people. Because every single one of them today promoting PWB are the people that hate Igbo so much. They hate, mainly the Igbo, they hate us so much that they don't want to see us live. All of a sudden, you see them begin to talk PWB. And when you wake up in the morning and see your enemy all of a sudden greeting you good morning, what do? You as a human being, as an ordinary person, let us bring it down to our own level now. You as a person that is watching me, and that you're watching from, if you wake up, somebody who is your arch enemy, somebody who you know that if that person see a poison, he will give you and so that you eat. Somebody you know that is an arch enemy, that if that person have opportunity, he will take your life. All of a sudden, you wake up in the morning and you see that person greeting you very calmly. You see that person serving you food. You see that person celebrating you. What do? As a sane person, what do? You run for your own life. You will run far, far from that very person. Even if you are, you will run, even borrow money and run, even leave your property and run away from the environment, because you should know that your death is near. You should know that your death is near. When you wake up and you see all of a sudden somebody that hates you so much that doesn't want to see you, who doesn't want to see you alive, all of a sudden wake up and begin to wake up in the morning and greet you good mornings. There's an adage in Igbo language, they say that all need to run to also. Ọkụkụ chụọ gị ọsọ itete ụra n'ụtụtụ, ọkụkụ chụọ gị ọsọ gbaba ọsọ, ịmaghọ ma oji abalị wee puo eze. Ịmaghọ ma oji abalị wee puo eze. That is what is happening. And the translation said that when you wake up in the morning, you see chicken begin to pursue you, run for your dear life. You didn't know whether that chicken grew teeth in the midnight. You don't know whether that chicken grew teeth in the midnight. When you wake up, you see chicken pursuing you, run. Don't stand and say it's ordinary chicken, you kick it. No, don't stand. You have to run for your life. And that is what every Biafran is supposed to be doing today. We're supposed to prepare ourselves. Do not celebrate any movement you are seeing. Don't celebrate it. Don't celebrate any election. It is not for your good. Check the people who are supporting your so-called P2P. They are all enemies. Enemies of Biafra. Enemies of Biafra. Go and, if you go and check their profile. Every profile, every platform today you see promoting P2P, go and check what they have been doing in the past. Every platform, any platform you see today that is promoting P2P, go and check. Scroll down and go and check where they started and where they were preaching in the past. Go and check what they were preaching in the past. What they have been preaching. These are people who don't want the Biafra to survive. These are the arch enemies of Mazen Nandekano. All of a sudden today, they have seen a ground where they think that they can be able to destroy the movement, the Biafra struggle finally. They think that by supporting P2P, that they will end up confusing Biafrans and end up destroying our freedom, and we can no longer talk about freedom again. But they have met the wrong people. I thank Chukwu Okukabia for Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is making exposition and revealing things that are hidden, who is paying attention, who is consistent, consistency personified. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is. As Mazi Nandekano used to say, that you should remain consistent. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very consistent. Never distracted. With all the distraction you are seeing from all corners, from all angles, people saying all manner of things. He's not distracted. Very focused. Fighting for Biafra and nothing else. We are not looking for anything that has to do with their so-called zoological republic, One Nigeria. Anything that has One Nigeria in it, we are not part of it. Anybody contesting for anything under One Nigeria is a criminal. You must be afraid of that. Run away from that very person. Anybody contesting for anything under the name called One Nigeria, run for your life. That person is a murderer. That person wants you dead. He doesn't want you to live. That is why we do not want to be part of the election. All we want is what? Referendum. Referendum, so that we can be able to go to our separate ways. Self-determination. Self-determination. That is what we're looking for, and nothing else. And if anybody tells you that P2B is going to give you a referendum or will give you, he cannot give you anything. P2B, you cannot get anything to do it. And the funniest thing is that this P2B you're talking about, you and I know that Nigeria Zoological Republic do not have any provision or any plan for any Igbo presidency. Any man, an Igbo Biafra mainly, an Igbo Biafra to become a president is a taboo. It's a taboo for the Fulanis. They have sworn on it. It's a taboo. Instead of the Fulanis to allow an Igbo Biafran to be a president, they prefer going to war. They prefer going to war. And that is where our brother Simon Ekpa is doing a great job. Because this war, you see them running and running away. Peter Obi is going to cause that war. Peter Obi is the one calling for war. Not even the Biafra agitators. The Biafra agitators, we are calling for a referendum for self-determination. A referendum, that's what we are calling for. But the people who are calling and trying to declare the war by themselves is Peter Obi and co. By their actions, by what they do, by what they say, the way they are going. Because in the establishment called Nigeria, the British and the Caliphate have already made their plan and agreed that no Igbo Biafran will be relevant anywhere. No Igbo Biafran can come anywhere close to their leadership. Even Shetima, the vice president of Tinubu, Shetima said it when Buhari came into power. Shetima said it. Shetima said that they have been praying for God to remove the influence of the Southeast in their midst. Shetima has said it. He said it in the audio that leaked openly. This same Shetima came and said that there's a way he said it doesn't have anything to do with restructuring. There's a way, there's a one word, when I remember the word, I'll use the exact word he used. The same Shetima. He said to hell with restructuring. Exactly. Shetima said, to hell with the restructuring. That is what Shetima said. And these are the people who are gearing up to come and take up affairs in the Zoological Republic and begin to control things. And you think you can change it? It is so sad that so many of us are sleeping. So many of us are dead sleeping.
You are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.